Hey everyone, welcome back to String Cheese and Applesauce, where today I'm going to do version 2 of how to sort and store your Lego collection. So I did a video like this about a year ago. I'll put a little link right here so you can check it out if you haven't seen it. So this video is more or less different from that one because that previous video was for really kind of a growing Lego collection where it's still kind of small, a little bit medium sized probably, because it utilized the storage compartment trays that more or less you could slide under a bed or something. But my collection has grown so big that that solution just did not work for me anymore. So what I'm going to share with you today is solutions for a really large Lego collection. Now keep in mind, my Lego collection is pretty large, but it is nothing compared to what some people have. Some people have, you know, almost half their house devoted to Lego storage and building and doing mocks and stuff and displaying like Lego cities. Right now, I really only have one room dedicated to Lego. Now, my wife may argue that I use half the house for Lego, but in reality, you know, there may be some sets on display in other places in the house, but I really don't use those spaces for storage or building or anything like that. So let's get right into this. Let me show you the best way that I found to store my Lego for a large Lego collection like mine. All right, so we're gonna start here first, and you probably saw this behind me when I was talking just a minute ago. And this is more or less the stack-on style bin storage systems. So it's basically a wall mountable storage system, and I have it right above my Lego city or the area that I do a lot of building. So it's real convenient that when I build, I have the parts right there at hand. So what's the system here? How is this organized? How do I find what I'm looking for? I know that's what you guys are asking and what you want to know. So the system I have is basically one drawer gets one part type. So you can see this is 1x2 tiles. Now, also in this whole container here is all of the same part type. So believe it or not, this whole system here, this whole tray is all tiles. So we have round 1x1s, we have translucent 1x1s, translucent 1x1 squares, the squares with prints. You see we got the 2x4s, 2x2s, so on and so forth. You can see it just keeps going. There's 1x2s with prints, there's larger ones, blah, blah, blah. So basically I organize them by part type in each one of these little cabinets. So we have obviously tiles here. Here we have what I consider modified tiles. So they're like jumper plates or the plates with a little stud on the ends. We have the little mini panels. We got the little sloped with slots, all of the cheese slopes, stuff like that. So it's real easy for me to find because I can categorize these. I know, okay, here's my tiles. Which size do I need? There it is. Pull it out. We've got my modified plates. Here's some modified plates with clips and a little bit of the angled plates. The smaller modified plates. This over here is bow shapes. You see it's got all the little curves and arch pieces. And the big one's down here. So the question is then, what do you do when you fill up one? Where does it go? I mean, you run out of room. So good question. I know that's what you asked. So you can see here, I'm going to pull out some of these. So all of these right here are all 1x2 tiles. So what I do is if one of them gets too full, I start to spread them out into multiple drawers. So obviously these are all like the rainbow colors. This is all lime green. Here we have the earth tone colors. We've got light and dark bluish gray, and here we have black and white. So there's plenty of room now for all of the tiles. So it's similar to my first video where I was showing you how I consolidate them into larger trays. This actually, I split them up into more compartments. And usually what I have in each one is there's some empties. So those empties are more or less where I have room to expand. So right now, for example, my trans light blue 1x1 studs are starting to overflow this container. So I'm probably have to either split some up or put some away because I can't probably use all those. So when these start to fill up, I expand it or split them up into these. Now if it's too much for one of those small ones, then they get one of these bigger drawers. So you can see the bigger drawers have a lot of the same part in them. Going down here, you can see I've actually filled up this container and I can't even close it. So that's okay for now because I actually have a mock in the workings that I'm going to use a lot of these parts. So I'm not too worried about that. But same with this one over here. This container is overflowing. So normally what I would do is I would split these up. But right now I have a mock going on where I'm going to use a lot of those. So I'm not worried about that now. So that's basically all small parts. So this system works great for real small parts. You know, like for example, all your Technic elements. This is all Technic up here. And the other thing I do is stuff that's not used a lot, I usually put up high. It's real high. I'm not on my tippy toes, but that's pretty much as high as I can reach. So they're perfect height where I can reach the very top one. But up here is stuff like dishes. And these are the smaller ones. These little faucet pieces. So it's stuff that's not used a lot. I put at the very top. And also it creates a great little storage spot or display area for some built sets. So that's the first part of my storage system is all the small parts go in these stack-on style storage trays. So the next part is down here. So these are basically just IKEA bookshelves. So these are just basically IKEA dressers, the short ones. And when I open them, you can see I have these little dividers. These are also from IKEA. They're just those little cloth things that you just put together. It's got a little cardboard piece in it. So this is all of the large quantity elements I have. So we have sloped bricks. We have a lot of plates back here, and they're just kind of all stacked neatly in there. That's what's good about the drawer. I can stack them, and if I carefully, you have to remember to carefully open and close it. They usually don't fall down, but you can see it's just, they're not snapped together. They're just kind of stacked on each other. So that's the plates. We've got reversed sloped bricks, plates, all kinds of plates in here. And similar to up there, I keep these down here somewhat organized by part type as well. And then in here, we've got more larger plates. I've got a lot of windshields here. I've got my 2x2 bricks, an assortment of regular Lego bricks, and then 2x bricks. More plates. And then down here, this is where it gets a little bit different. So similar to my other video where I showed you my sorting system, I have these recycled food containers. So it's basically the Jack's Cantina style salsa. It's one of our favorite salsas that we get from Costco. And the containers, you know, once you run them through the dishwasher, they're completely clean and sanitary. They work perfect for Lego storage because you can see through them. That's what I love about them. And they're kind of square, so they easily fit, you know, in this little grid system. So over the years, I've collected a lot of them. It takes a long time to eat that much salsa, but you can see they're perfect for storing these large quantity of one type of element. So that's what I do in here. And then in addition to that, I have more of these IKEA trays where you can have all of your other elements. And then we'll continue down the bottom. These are more of the recycled food container type things. And over here, we have a little bit more. So that's where the big elements go. And then over here, some more bricks. So the other thing that's cool about it is they're all real accessible. So as I'm building, I have all access to my small parts there, and all my large parts are right there. Now, there's also parts that are just too enormous for storing, and or you just don't use them that often. So what I use is these Sterilite type bins. So we have down here a lot of Technic panels. This is literally full of all Technic panels. This is Technic lift arms. And then the rest of these are just random parts that are not used that often. So example, we've got train stuff in here. This is full of all train tracks, and actually a train too. And then this one is just random large stuff. It just doesn't get used that often in my type of building. So you got these bubbly, curvy bricks, boat elements, large doors, slides, just random stuff that just needs to get out of the way. And I really don't use these that often in my building. So that's the last spot that they go if there's no spot on the small wall or in my drawers. So that is how I sort and store my Lego collection. That's pretty much it right there. Well, with the exception of the minifigures, which are over here. And we did a video of that here recently, so you can see they get organized by themselves. But there's a link down below if you want to see the minifigure storage. All right, so that is it for how to sort and store your Lego collection. This is version 2.0 for a large or extra large Lego collection. So hope this helped. It works for me. There's plenty of room for expansion because I don't know if you noticed or not, I didn't show you all the drawers underneath my Lego City. That's because they're still open for storage options. Right now it's just a bunch of junk in there now, but it's going to be where the storage keeps on expanding. So it works for me. That's basically my point. Find a solution that works for you. This is just my ideas and what I use. Hopefully you can use some of those or all of them if you want to. Feel free to. Don't forget to ask me any questions if I forgot to show you something or you want a little bit more clarification on anything. Put a comment down below. I will answer that question for you, and I hope this helps. So thanks again for watching. Make sure to give me a big thumbs up if you like what you saw. There's a subscribe button down there. If you want to see a bunch of cool videos like this in the future, that's the way to stay in the loop. So that's it for this one. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.